Hi, my name is Ed Sparks, and today is day 28 of your water fast. And today we are going to start reviewing why you're water fasting and why things are happening to you. The first thing we're going to talk about is goal setting. You set a goal, and guess what? No one else cares about your goal. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to require work. It's going to require suffering. You're going to be weary. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be completely and honestly exhausted, not necessarily dealing with this situation, but dealing with any situation. When it comes to goals, get your goal done. And in this case, it's 30-day water fast. Today's day 28. 4 weeks is good enough for me, but I set a goal for 30 days, and I said you should go to 35. So if you reset your goal to 35 right now, then you'll make it to day 30. Because psychologically, if you set your goal right now to 48, then you know you got 28 days left and nothing else matters. Because as we've learned in water fasting, it's a cycle, and things happen and things happen and energy returns. So depending on what you're decompressing and using as energy, depends on what's happening in your energy flow. Yesterday I went snorkeling, but I did not go snorkeling. I just sat in the water. I also did not walk, mainly because it was 100 degrees. So that's not normal for me, but in reality, sometimes you have to spend money to get your goals done. You have to go on the bus to get your goals done. You have to deal with things that happen to get your goals done. And secondly, you've seen my new routine. Now you've built a different routine. Every day I shave a little bit on my face. Am I finished shaving? No. Did I look ridiculous sometimes? Yes. Did I walk out in public? Of course. Why? Because no one else is affected nor would help me shave every day anyway. And that's how you effectively use your time to deal with your goals. There's no reason to contact anybody else. I don't know, there's different types of families. You might have a family that will help each other. White people don't normally help each other unless you're Greek or Italian. Or possibly Eastern European. You might help each other, but in reality, they just don't. Your friends aren't going to help you. Nothing's going to go down the way that you want it to happen. Other things are going to happen that's going to annoy you, like getting bit by mosquitoes or ants. Can't get rid of that. Don't care. It is annoying. Could be a spider, a million times. Other than that, when we first started, when you went to the bathroom, it stank real bad. Your pee stank real bad. Everything you smelled real bad. Now, after 28 days, today's my 29th day. Now at 28 days, that doesn't really affect you anymore. You can still smell things, you can still hear things. In fact, hearing things is probably the most affected part of your day. So you have to be careful. Plus, I don't like to drain my eyes on the internet. There's absolutely nothing on the internet that matters to me except for trying to make food that I want. Since I'm in a poor country, I can't get it. Other than that, food is a waste of time because you should be able to make money to the point where you have somebody else order it for you. Not only pay for it, just order it. Other than that, you certainly have worked it to the point, even at day 28, the reason why you don't see me explaining that I'm going to go 2 or 3 months here is because in reality, I create the sine wave. So this is the famine, this is the feast, and this is the famine, and this is the feast. And over time, uh, you can't let yourself get too far away. So if you get to the 20-pound mark, then you probably should start over and progress another 10 pounds next time. Because in reality, if you can keep your mind seeing yourself a lot skinnier, then it's going to be that skinny all the time. Other than that, discipline is something that you don't have to deal with every day. Most of you are not as disciplined or brave as people that were in the military, and that's okay. And certainly, you don't have balls of business owners, and that's okay too. And a lot of you be like, "Oh, I make 100,000+ a year. That's good." But if you want to be like me, then you probably will notice that in reality, we'll have to jump on the phone and convince some people to spend some money. Shouldn't be that bad. Plus, you can sign up to work with me right now. All you have to do is comment on this video or email me or try to get in touch with me, PayPal me $5 so I know who you are, and I'll give you a call. Today is the 28th, so we're going to talk about moving towers on top of the ridge, everywhere from Big Bear all the way down to Glendale. Been up there moving towers, programming things, and I went to Nevada Hab a couple times, which is SMAN. So that's the Mantis Hab. Mantis is the Elite Special Forces of Ghost Department, and they're being playing underground, doing whatever they want to do. I never understood it, the purpose, but I just stay away as much as possible unless I need software done. When I need software done, then I do that, but the other departments that they have nothing to do with me, and nor do I have anything to do with it. There's nothing fun about being indoors, nothing fun about being underground, nothing fun about any of that stuff, but I can see that there's a high to developing different types of things that you want to develop, mashing things together and working with the WAM department. At that point, there was still only 3 departments, and avoiding Highwind would be my number one priority if I was them, because I did a lot to minus my own departments. When I got there to the Manhab, MAN, I was just volunteering, was one of the few dragons on the base. Or on the habitation. So I sat in a 4-layer chain link fence area in the guard tower for a couple of days and watched what I suppose was the only parking lot that we had. Not sure why, but that's where I was. Then they're like, hey, since you're dragon, you're also required, since you're Highwind, you also could fill in as our glowworm. So glowworms are the therapists. And I'm like, okay, so I've already been downstairs. I already understood what was going on downstairs. So I'm standing in 1.5 feet of water. I got my thigh highs on, and I'm like, okay. I've just seen all these kids come out and do preliminary battle, a few of them, fighting what we could call man-bear pig, but for all intents and purposes, let's call it banshee. So standing there, They're all fighting this thing that we made, apparently, for fun, and we've chosen the ones to go fight them. Now, normally doing stuff like that is fighter's job, but I don't talk about it that way because if Mantis wants to do stuff or that's their kids and they want them to fight them, then that's fine. I don't care. So I had described that the kid had come down with a praying mantis. So it's just one kid that sticks out because I talked to all of them eventually. I was only there for maybe a week and a half. One kid come out, he's got all the wraps on her arm. I'm the best fighter in the world. My God. All right. That's Akita. So I come down and I just watched, shook her down, and I'm like, look, how are you? You know? How are you? Yeah, it's good. I'm ready to blah, 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 you know? And I'm like, all right, well, unfortunately, in my opinion, the best fighter in the world is Butterbean. You ever seen Butterbean? He's the best fighter in the world. And I'm not that bad either. So I'm pretty tough. I was like, but, Man Bear Pig, it's like, this Banshee right here is a different story, right? And I think the reason was that they wanted to see if the Man Bear Pig could distinguish whether or not they were kids, right? So, and I'm like, yeah, well, we just watched what happens when you roundhouse them, right? That didn't really work very well, and then that was 4-on-1. So I'm not sure how you're going to deal with this yourself, right? How are you going to deal with it? And she's telling me a strategy. I'm like, well, what about the other people? What are you going to make them do? I was like, who's the leader of this team? Right? And then I went on to the next kid. So they were like, oh, you need to stay down here with the Banshee, right? And it's in the box. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm already standing 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water. I was like, all right, so I just sit down. I'm like sitting right here. Shit's got a cage around it. It's not too heavy about that, by the way. He come down, or whatever it was, all right? He's chilling, all right? I'm chilling. Got food for it and stuff. And I'm smoking a cigarette, and I give it a cigarette. That made sense to me. So I'm like, here's a cigarette. I just left it. I just took it out of my mouth, stuck it in the fence. And I just sat there in silence for a while, and I understood it. Right? I understood what was going on, and understood that this is something that we're developing to do something with, apparently, or learn from our mistakes for later. And I'm just like, okay. Go, what's up? I call him Herman. I always call him Herman. Like, what's up, Herman? Like Herman Monster. So I'm like, hey, Herman, how's your day, buddy? I was like, kind of sucks to be in that cage, but I'm in that cage too right now because I'm locked. Just me and him. And, I passed out. We were both asleep. I had no problems. The next day, all shit went down or whatever. And I went back up to the parking lot and I left. I'm like, screw this. Things are interesting, but things aren't fun. So what was the point of that? Went back to LA. Orange County had much more fun. Plus I had my own minions to deal with. At that point, probably 24. Maybe less because they keep blowing themselves up, and there's lots of things to test out and do stuff with. Eventually, I flew back to Florida, West Florida Hab, and then I grouped up with some of my other friends, James and everybody else, and we started playing with animals and messing around with normal stuff. It doesn't really mean that that's positive. It just means that we had this stuff to do. At one point, we were fighting lions and tigers. Yeah, James we call Bean, and they call me Mini Bean, but mostly because I watch Butterbean a lot, because Butterbean is so tough, and we'd be watching Butterbean and messing around, drinking, doing whatever we want to do. Yeah. So in the long run, we flew back. We started doing sales. I did sales all over the United States. I'm sorry, all over Florida. I drove to almost every single repair garage in the state of Florida, at least once. All the way from Pensacola all the way to Key West. I have met every single owner, done all of it. We've had everyone from towing companies to semi-truck repair, transmissions, just about everything, collecting clients for internet marketing. And then we ended up flying to stay in San Clemente, shipped our cars over there. And at that point, I was on the news because I was driving 155 miles an hour in my center sky, flying down the road with a helicopter, and by that time, like, the CIA was behind me. It definitely wasn't the police, because they were all driving black sedans. And then the helicopter put me on the ground, and then they told me to stay back. I just parked in the Chili's parking lot, or Applebee's, one or the other. And then I got my next DUI. Once I got my DUI, I was suspended again. I never got off that. I went and traveled after that. And then that's when I really started working on hardcore on separating the divisions of Cybermen and SWAN. I renamed everything. I changed SWAN from sabotage, war machines, aerial machines, and naval machines to space machines, war machines, aerial machines, and naval machines. And then secure and maintain American networks was maintained by Cybermen. I created the hoodie department. It's all good in my hood. And then I was forced to move ELF over because ELF is actually integrated with Spider a lot, and then people were really scared of us. So they weren't really scared. Even in Head, we weren't really scared when I got my Spider patch. But when I had my ONI patch, they were a little bit more concerned about their well-being. I didn't wear it all the time. Plus, I'm not sure they had one. Somebody had to go get one for me because we're in the middle of the desert. And they have different elevators and crap or whatever's going on over there. It was just stairs. I have no idea where people's offices are. But so that happened. So anyway, it's day 28. You can make it 2 more days. It's good to stair step. It's good to have plans and goals. I told you I'd probably eat beef roast. Sounds good. You can do it. You can make it happen for yourself. You don't have to do it all in a day. Just like this, it doesn't have to make sense to you, but you do have to be able to do it. And there's no other value to it unless you do it this way. I don't think. In the long run, this is the get it over with method. If you skipped 90 meals in 90 days, you may have the same results, which I doubt. You would just end up eating more during the day. You'll never be able to control it, I don't think. And you never know, when you come off, you're going to be hungry. So I suggest at least, I bought some ranch, I bought some ranch dressing. So uh, that's that. So have a good day.